Something inside going down, falling in darkness with no place to hold, whispering voices around. Baby, this town's just a ghost in our eyes. Somehow it just slipped away. Baby, this dream died somewhere down the line, and it's lonely where nothing remains. And the years will come and go, day and night will pass so slow. And your life, where did it go? Somewhere out there far shines a lucky star. Life in America. Day after day, I just sit at my window, watching the world pass by, looking for answers to questions I know, with only the will to survive. Baby, this town's taking most of our lives. Somehow it just slipped away. Baby, this dream died somewhere down the line, and it's lonely where nothing remains. And the years will come and go, day and night will pass so slow. And your life, where did it go? Somewhere out there far shines a lucky star. Somewhere out there far shines a lucky star. Life in America. Baby, this town's just a ghost in our eyes. Somehow it just slipped away. Baby, this dream died somewhere down the line, and it's lonely where nothing remains. And the years will come and go, day and night will pass so slow. And your life, where did it go? Somewhere out there far shines a lucky star. And the years will come and go, day and night will pass so slow. And your life, where did it go? Somewhere out there far shines a lucky star. For life in America. And the years will come and go, day and night will pass so slow. And your life, where did it go? Somewhere out there far shines a lucky star. Somewhere out there far shines a lucky star. Life in America.
Hello, you pedal amp people. Now, TC Electronics has released the Ampworks pedals. And there's nothing new about that. You're gonna say, I know this. We know pedal platform pedals that are digital modelers of amplifiers. Of course, full modelers, and then why can't I think of the other company? And then there's Then there's Walls Audio with the SS1, and there's Universal Audio, and there's of course the Strymon Iridium, which has 3 built in. Now there are 2 pretty straightforward distinctions between the Ampworks pedals from TC Electronic and the others. So let's look at it. I point out the very clear differences. One difference: no frills, simple as fuck, cool knobs. That's one single difference what I just mentioned. And the biggest difference, I mean this and then the biggest one, price. At the filming of this video, €159 for a digital modeler that you can record with directly, that has a headphone out to just plug your headphones in, which the €400 Universal Audio pedals do not have, because why give people a headphone out? I tell you why. Because. So, headphone out. Thank you. Price. Hello. 2 channels. The green channel and a red channel. As far as I can tell, it's pretty much just a different setting. Yeah, they're voiced maybe slightly differently, but not so differently to write home about. They have a second function. On some, it's boost. On this one, it's reverb. On the back, we have behind the 9-volt, right there, a mini USB, which is why the crap mini USB. It's actually, I think, by now illegal in Europe to release anything that's not mini USB, that's not USB-C. I think there's a law. I don't know when that goes in effect, but there's a law. Everything has to be USB-C, so the companies can't sell us all their special stupid lightning and whatever cables. And mini USB, TC Electronic, I know you've got many of them lying around from your tone trim pedals, but that should be a thing of the past. Micro USB should be a thing of the past. That's where Universal Audio has got to, get the nose forward, leg up on you, makes the coffee better than you, I don't know, sayings, because they've got USB-C. But then again, what's it for? For nothing. You can't load a different IR into it. It's for firmware updates. So you need this, once a year, or once every 3 years, or maybe actually never, because the pedal works as it is. Just don't use it. Back to the back, as we say. 9-volt, a little switchy. For, in this case, I don't know. This is reverb tone out directly to your DAW or whatever, FR, whatever you want, with a cab applied. And you can find out what the cab is if you read the manual. Who cares? Sounds good. Not cab applied, which means preamp, power amp, and you can put this into a power amp of your choice, going into an actual cab, and that is the input. I'm going to find out what the switch is. The switch in this case is a bright switch. So we're going to start non-bright. I usually like bright on all the time, but what do I know? And that being said, we're going to test everything. We're going to test it going DI with its internal settings. We're going to put a pedal in front of it to drive it. We're going to, because it doesn't have an effects loop, put a delay behind it, behind the speaker simulation, to show you that that works. We're going to put that into the power amp of the amp that is right behind it, the Red 7 Duality 100, and right there. And that goes into the aux from Universal Audio with a photo of Creamer loaded cab. We're going to show you what that sounds like. And then we're done. I am not, you are, but I have to film more of these because I didn't just make one pedal. Watch more later. Testing, we will this with this Shabbat Puma. It's a neat guitar. Got my name and logo there because Avi Shabbat loves me. And I love Avi Shabbat. It's a whole romantic guitar builder to presenter relationship. There is noise. There is none. There is some. It's called a single coil in front of a monitor. Yep. Noise gone. Noise there. You will not have this unless you're playing in front of 5 cameras and a monitor, so don't bitch about it. So we have, of course, gain, and that is my one gripe with this pedal, getting it to be really clean, which is really what I want from a Deluxe, that's what I wouldn't want to use the Deluxe to drive because it gets very scratchy and aggressive, and it's an old style amp that was never meant to distort. And when they do, they have something cool, but realistically, I would want that as a pedal platform. That's just my thing. And getting it completely clean, I have to crank the level up all the way, and I'm not getting all the oomph I want. Are we calling that clean? I wouldn't, because it's already... So really getting it sparkling clean, I have a problem getting that happening. So turn on the reverb. So to get some more size and heft and bulliness, thicker tone, you want to crank up the gain, but then you're also cranking up the gain. Ask Ryan how to play Surf. I don't, but that sounds like the reverb's already too distorted, right? I think the sounds, especially for 159, are phenomenal. However, too much drive right out of the gate. Of course, who uses that much reverb? Let's clip in the bright. So let's go through the EQ. Starts to get slightly fuzzy, just like the amp would. Name that chord. Yeah, it's a sharp 9. Now, Deluxe doesn't have a lot of mids anyway. This now has even less. I love the tactile nature of it. It's all... Very woolly, of course. Treble! There we go. We're gonna crank up the gain here on the green channel. It sounds blown up in like a broken amp, which is exactly what you did back in the day. You took an amp that was meant for clean and you broke it by cranking the shit out of it. Gonna go to channel 2, which is the red one. Of course, it just saves whatever you had set. When I go back to green, we're back to where we were. So how much gain can we get here? Feels less blown up, feels a little bit more responsive. Okay, really clean, it's not what it does. So we're gonna put a drive in front of it, which is the chat breaker from Rev Pedals, which is right here on the table. And it's called the chat breaker because it's a blues breaker style pedal. I can't lift it. That Chat GPT designed, and then Dan Trudeau took it from there. And it is a fun one to boot. On the table, I've got a little delay from Boss that is just released. A DM101. We're going to turn that on. So you can clearly see putting an effect behind it works. And now we're going to go and run that into the power amp of a tube amp. I'm going to disconnect it from the computer. Going to go into the non-IR output. And technically, well, technically, we'll need different levels now. So that's going through the aux. I mean, it might as well be going through your speaker. You can do this with something like the power stage or any kind of digital power amp. You can go into a tube power amp. You can use this as your amp. You just need to amplify it. So yeah, that works as well. And that's pretty much it. Now we can make it bigger. If you want to know how it stacks up against the other pedals and maybe some from other brands, we will cover that in future videos. What do I think? I mean, is it as real as the Universal Audio Dream, I think it's called? I don't think it quite is. UA nails it with the IRs and the sound in the room. That's not really happening here. The room is missing. And especially with an old amp like this, you want it to be pumping air in a room, and nobody nails it like UA. But you have to consider that there's more than twice the price difference between this and the UA. It's not a fair comparison. $159 versus $399 is just not fair, okay? I think the one speaker is totally fine. That's more than you need. I mean, no, it's exactly what you need. You need one and you need that one. It's got phones out. Killer. USB connectivity for nothing that concerns you right now, whatever. You can't load a new IR. What you see is what you get, and that is actually very straightforward and very simple. 2 channels, reverb, bright switch in the back. There's also, of course, reverb, tone. If we didn't explore, I'm gonna try to turn that down. Can't really manipulate it. And that's a tiny knob, she said. Okay, clearly duller. And there's also a different function for the foot switches. But right now, this is changing channels. What if you wanted to use it like a drive? Push both of them at the same time. Now, this is on-off. That's simple. What else do you want to know? This works for $159 with the phone's output, going directly into your DAW or running it in the speaker if there's an amp sitting around. Really can't fault it. I wish there was more clean headroom. I want more oomph without it distorting. That's the bummer on the Deluxe. I'll look at the others and explore where they drive, but I'm a stickler for having some clean headroom. These are single coils. They're fat single coils, but still. You get what I'm trying to say. It works with pedals. We tried this. $159. There you go. I'll put links below. It really helps me if you use them. Follow me, please, on the Instagram and the Facebook, even though that's, old and shit. But come on, support me wherever you can if you like me in the slightest. Thanks, Toby from TC. We love you. And animals at the end, as always.